hey, Blake, tell me you didn't read Justin's lawsuit without telling me. Oh, okay, this is how you do it. She's taking a playbook from the Amber Heard tactics playbook, sadly. Here's what they're saying. The latest lawsuit from Justin Baldoni is another chapter in the abuser playbook. This is an age-old story. A woman speaks up with concrete evidence of SH and retaliation, and the abuser attempts to turn the tables on the victim. This is what experts call Darvo, deny, attack, reverse, victim, offender.
Remember that Justin's team released this raw, unedited video of a dancing scene. It was actually B-roll that they used in the movie, arguing between them about what's the best way to shoot it and this and the other.
How they look, yeah.
So some fans have noticed that there are a lot of camera angles there that look very familiar and that Blake Lively would certainly know because she did almost the exact same scene with the guy who's now her husband back when he was playing Green Lantern.
You mean the movie where they fell in love, Charles?
Yes.
With each other?
This guy who had, comparatively very little power was forced now to come out and tell the truth about Blake Lively. She has made herself into the new Amber Heard. And now he's going full Johnny Depp on her to show that she was the bully. She was the one harassing him.
On a set, I knew that they just wanted me to show up and look cute and stand on a little pink sticker where I'm supposed to go and say what I'm supposed to say. But I also knew that that wasn't fulfilling for me, that I wanted to be a part of the storytelling, that I wanted to be a part of the narrative, whether that be in the writing, in the costume design, in creating the character. And sometimes I had directors or producers or writers who would welcome that and invite that once they saw that I was able to offer that. And sometimes I would have people who really resented that because they were like, we just hired you to be an actor. Yet when I went in the meetings, I would just seem like I'm just there to be the actor and ready to get the gig. I wouldn't reveal that I actually need to have authorship in order to feel fulfilled. So I think that for them, sometimes that might have felt like a rug pull because you're like, you're trying to assert yourself into something that we didn't hire you to do.
This is the kind of story that makes Hollywood tremble. A narrative so explosive it shakes the very foundations of celebrity trust and media manipulation. Allegedly, Taylor Swift has dropped a massive bombshell that's leaving jaws on the floor and tongues wagging from the red carpet to the back alleys of industry gossip. Word on the street is that Swift is taking aim at Blake Lively, accusing her of shelling out cash to the New York Times in a calculated bid to bury stories about Justin Baldoni. It's a scandal wrapped in betrayal, corruption, and manipulation. That feels almost too wild to believe. Picture this: a world where every whisper, every leaked email, and every coded text message builds a case against an A-lister with a once untouchable reputation. Strap in, because once you hear these accusations, you might never look at Blake Lively or the entire Hollywood machine the same way again. The stakes are sky high, and if you think this is just another celebrity spat, think again. This isn't about petty feuds. It's about power, money, and the control of the narrative. And it's all unfolding right before our eyes. According to the relentless rumor mill, Taylor Swift has been anything but silent. Allegedly, she's gone public with accusations that Blake Lively funneled cash to the New York Times in a bid to suppress critical stories about Justin Baldoni. Imagine the audacity, a calculated move designed not only to protect a personal ally, but to shape the public's perception by keeping inconvenient truths hidden. Lively's supposed endgame? Ensuring that Baldoni's perspective never reaches the masses, an effort to maintain an unchallenged narrative that benefits her own interests. If these claims hold even a grain of truth, they reveal a side of Lively that is disturbingly manipulative and disturbingly powerful. This isn't merely a feud between friends, it's a full-blown assault on journalistic integrity and transparency. Money, it seems, can buy silence, and possibly even the rewriting of history. As these revelations cascade through Hollywood, the questions mount. How deep does this alleged conspiracy go? And who else might be involved in this clandestine operation to control what gets reported? Can you believe this level of manipulation? Yet, that's just one piece of the puzzle, a mere appetizer before the full course of scandal is served. But that's just one piece of the puzzle. So why? Would Taylor Swift, known for her polished image and carefully guarded private life, risk burning bridges with a friend like Blake Lively? Allegedly, Swift has had enough of being dragged into someone else's murky agenda. Rumor has it that she's grown increasingly frustrated with Lively's behind-the-scenes power plays and manipulation. The alleged bribery scandal might just be the final straw, a moment when Swift decided that the price of silence was too high and the cost of complicity was unbearable. In a dramatic twist, the pop icon, who has managed to stay relatively above the fray despite her own share of public drama, has chosen to expose what many believe is a deeply rooted pattern of corruption. Her motives, as the story goes, are not driven by petty revenge, but by a desire to shine a light on a system that prioritizes image over truth. Swift is, in this narrative, the reluctant hero forced to step into the limelight and speak out against manipulation, even if it means betraying long-held alliances. Her actions are painted as a bold stand for transparency and accountability. Call to arms against the silent coercion that has long tainted the corridors of Hollywood power. In the glitzy, ever-watchful world of Hollywood, reactions to this bombshell have been as varied as the stars themselves. Some celebrities are openly backing Swift's courageous stand, lauding her for taking on a figure they once admired without flinching. It's about time someone said something, some insiders are murmuring, suggesting that Swift's allegations might be the spark needed to ignite a broader reckoning in Tinseltown. Yet, not everyone is ready to jump on the bandwagon. A number of high-profile figures, many of whom once shared close ties with Lively, are keeping their opinions under wraps, fearful of the collateral damage that might ensue. There's an uneasy silence from the old guard, and even some veteran reporters are scratching their heads, wondering if this drama signals a deeper, systemic problem within the celebrity ecosystem. The reverberations are clear. Alliances are shifting, loyalties are being questioned, and for the first time in a long while, it seems like Hollywood's facade of unity might be cracking open under the weight of hard-hitting truths. And while some applaud Swift's unmasking of a potential cover-up, others brace themselves for the fallout that's sure to follow. In the midst of all this chaos, Blake Lively is allegedly scrambling to salvage her reputation. Sources close to the situation say that Lively is in full-on crisis mode, reaching out to everyone in her network. From influential publicists and trusted A-listers to, rumor has it, even attempting to smooth things over with the New York Times. Her once pristine public image is now under intense scrutiny, and every statement she makes is being dissected for signs of sincerity or spin. Lively's team is reportedly working, over time, pushing narratives that dismiss Swift's claims as gross exaggerations, or worse yet, misunderstandings fueled by jealousy and personal vendettas. Each public denial seems more frantic than the last, as if Lively is desperately trying to plug leaks before they turn into a flood. The dichotomy between the polished, graceful persona that Lively has cultivated and the alleged underhanded tactics attributed to her is stark. Fans and critics alike are left wondering whether this is a case of a celebrity being unfairly targeted or a mastermind of manipulation caught in her own web of deceit. With every new denial, the tension escalates, and it becomes increasingly difficult to discern truth from spin in this high-stakes drama. Swift's claims aren't coming out of thin air. Allegedly, there's a growing cache of evidence that paints a troubling picture of Lively's involvement in a systematic campaign to silence dissent. Whispers in the digital corridors point to a series of leaked emails and text messages that supposedly show Lively coordinating hush money deals with unnamed media contacts. It isn't just one isolated screenshot or a single offhand comment. This is a string of communications that, if authenticated, could completely dismantle Lively's carefully constructed defense. Every day, social media detectives and professional sleuths alike are scouring the internet, analyzing timestamps, scrutinizing language, and comparing digital footprints, all in the hope of uncovering that one definitive piece of evidence. The chatter is relentless. Every new post or retweet adds another layer to what might be a vast and elaborate scheme. Critics argue that these documents, leaked from sources claiming to be insiders, offer a rare glimpse into the murky intersection of celebrity power and media manipulation. The volume of evidence, as it is rumored, suggests that Lively's narrative is built on a foundation that might not be as solid as it appears. And let's be honest, when there's this much smoke swirling around, it's almost impossible to ignore the possibility that there's a raging fire hidden just beneath the surface. Meanwhile, in a surprising twist, Justin Baldoni, once cast in a shadow of controversy, has emerged as the unexpected beneficiary of these unfolding revelations. Once painted as a minor villain in a narrative that seemed skewed by hidden agendas, Baldoni is now being reframed as the unintended victim of what many allege is a deliberate smear campaign. The renewed focus on his side of the story has sparked a groundswell of support, with fans and fellow celebrities alike rallying to his defense. Allegedly, the stories that were once buried under layers of corporate maneuvering and hush money tactics are now being resurrected, and with them comes a fresh wave of public sympathy. Critics who once dismissed Baldoni's position as murky or self-serving are now reconsidering their stance as more details emerge suggesting that he was left to take the fall in a scandal designed to protect powerful interests. Every mention of his name in the wake of these allegations paints him as a man who's been wronged by a system that values spin over substance. As Baldoni's reputation is gradually restored, many are praising Swift for her boldness in dragging these issues into the light, effectively giving him the vindication he never expected. At the same time, Lively's once glittering star appears to be dimming, as the mounting evidence not only challenges her public persona, but also threatens to undo years of carefully managed celebrity branding. When a scandal involves allegations of bribery, secretive communications, and some of Hollywood's most illustrious faces, the fallout is both inevitable and explosive. Taylor Swift has allegedly fired a bold shot at Blake Lively's reputation, sparking a firestorm of questions about loyalty, power, and the length some will go to manipulate the truth. Justin Baldoni, once a peripheral figure in this drama, is now enjoying a dramatic resurgence, emerging as a symbol of resilience against the forces of corruption. And while public opinion teeters between shock and outrage, one thing remains clear. In a realm where image often overshadows integrity, no one is truly immune from the repercussions of their actions. Is this the moment when Lively's seemingly perfect persona crumbles under the weight of damning evidence? Or will she somehow manage to twist the narrative once again? Ultimately, the scandal forces us to confront a larger, uncomfortable truth about Hollywood's inner workings, where power and fame collide, leaving behind a trail of betrayal and manipulation. Think about it. In a world where everyone is playing a high-stakes game of hide-and-seek with the truth, who really holds the cards, and who will be the next headline in this unfolding saga?